4. They've won 5 in a row, 8 of their last 9. And they're in the number 6 slot, as you see, only a half game behind 5th place Minnesota and 1 behind Portland for home court advantage. Here's a look at our Circuit City starting lineups. The Kings with Peja Stojakovic, Chris Webber, Vlade Divac on the front line. Doug Christie, the one-time Laker, and Mike Bibby in the backcourt. Lakers with Rick Fox. Mark Matson is back as the starter. Phil Jackson doing a lot of shuffling at that position. Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, and Derek Fisher as we get ready for one of the most intense rivalries in the NBA. And Czar, the big story here in LA, the Laker soap opera with yet another installment. Shaquille O'Neal missed practice yesterday. He said he had a couple of flat tires. Phil Jackson did not buy it, was not thrilled by that. He wanted his full squad getting ready to face the Sacramento Kings. And he wonders, does that have any effect at all on tonight's game?
Well, Phil, being the understanding coach that he is, told Shaq that if you bring a receipt from the tow truck company, I'll subtract that amount from the fine that you have to pay. And I think after that, you'll see a very inspired Shaquille O'Neal, slightly embarrassed by the incident yesterday, and out to prove a point that, once again, he is the best big man in the game, without question.
The officials, Bennett Salvatore, Jim Clark, and Tony Brothers. Lakers have won 13 straight here at home. They come off a victory over the Mavericks on Tuesday night. Mavs have now lost 25 consecutive games to the Lakers here in LA, and the Lakers control the opening tip. What was odd about the game the other night, Jeff, only 14 points apiece for Shaq and Kobe. The rest of the guys did the damage.
Which is unusual because they're not offensive-minded players. It shows that they do have versatility and has to make them feel good going into tonight's game against the Kings.
Matson with a wild shot, but O'Neal is right there.
It actually was a wild-looking shot, but I think he really tried to just bang it off the glass, knowing that Shaq was by himself because he was in a double team. He figured, let me get it up on the glass. We got a chance of rebounding.
Chris Webber off the mark, but Doug Christie with the rebound, and then changed his mind. Here's Bibby. So the game is tied at 2. Mike Bibby hearing the boos from the crowd. Fisher being played by Bibby. Bryant guarded by Christie, one of the better defenders in the NBA. Bryant off the backdoor pass. Oh, the quickness of Kobe Bryant. Able to stuff on Vlade Divac.
One of Phil Jackson's points tonight was we must execute our half-court offense. We have to get our angles down. We have to make our cuts precise. He said Sacramento's been able to get us out of just that.
Back comes Bryant. And here's Kobe. Webber with the rebound. Kings have won 2 of the previous 3 games against the Lakers. Bibby able to penetrate. Oh, what a move by Mike Bibby.
And that's not the kind of transition basket that you're normally afraid of. At that point, you figure you have the ball under control, but it was just the opposite. Dribble penetration, coming right down the floor, kind of a half-speed fast break by Bibby. You think of the pitch-ahead pass, but here, Bibby just penetrates, and then a terrific finish, pulling it back, and still able to get it on the glass.
We're just getting started. Game tied at 4, 2 minutes gone by. Christie wide open. And Divac stripped by O'Neal. Including tonight, 4 games remaining on the Lakers schedule as far as the regular season is concerned. Sacramento including tonight with 3 games to go. Here's Shaq with the drop step, and one-handed by Webber. Christie with a nice pass to set up Stojakovic. Fox got picked off and went down.
Chris Fox denying the basketball, but way too high. His body position was no good. He actually was on top of the offensive man. The back door was wide open.
Here's Bryant squeezing through, got it to Shaq.
I don't like that help by Vlade Divac. You have to keep your body on O'Neal. That happened on the first offensive rebound. It happened on the lob right there. Someone else has to come over and play support defense.
And miscommunication between Weber and Christie. The Lakers have eliminated the Kings in each of the past 3 postseasons, including last year's dramatic Western Conference Final Series. At this point, everybody trying to figure out what the matchups will be and when and if these 2 teams will meet. Bryant with the behind-the-back maneuver. Fox picked up by Stojakovic. Shot clock is down to 4. O'Neal way off. Did not hit the rim. It's a 24-second violation.
The Lakers took a little bit too long to get into. They're trying to be so precise right now. They took a little bit too long to get started in the half-court set, and then Shaq just had to get it up there.
And O'Neal's not powering to the basket to start the game. He's very content at 12 feet to take turnarounds and not use his physical strength against Divac. And that's not to say Sacramento, who's the best field goal defensive team in the league at 41%, as Divac shows his great passing ability to Bibby. Sacramento's really improved defensively. Number 1 in the league field goal defense and 3-point field goal defense.
So you would not assume that they are the best defensive team field goal percentage-wise in the league, but they are.
Sacramento with an 8-6 lead. Here's Fox. Yes. Rick Fox from downtown, and the Lakers lead by 1. A live TNT NBA Thursday Spanish language feed is now available via SAP. Weber. Good box out by Fox, but it's recovered by Divac. Bryant off the head fake. He left Christie behind him. Lakers lead by 3.
They lost the bounce in Kobe's game tonight. He's up for this game. They understand the significance and importance of this one. Also to knock a little bit of confidence, and the offensive foul there on Chris Webber. You'll see Kobe come down, split the 2 purple jerseys, then go up and with one hand, hold it, cock it, and finish it. This is pretty good hops, pretty good ball control. I guess it helps Jeff to have big hands, the key number.
Bryant to the crossover. Stojakovic with the rebound, eluding Matson. Stojakovic gave it up to Bibby. Yes, and Mike Bibby off to a sizzling start. He has 8 points.
There's that transition game. One of the concerns for the Lakers, get back, eliminate as many transition scores as possible.
They double up on O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal taking it right at Vlade Divac.
And that's a totally different move than the first 2 we saw, where he was content just to shoot over the top. That time he dropped his shoulder, went around Divac, finished it off with a great dunk.
6 points for Shaq, all on dunks. Divac with a rainbow. Shaq did not come out.
Well, you see the difference between the 2. Shaq's going to take Vlade to the rim and try and dunk it on top of him. Vlade's going to step back, close to the top of the circle, and say, come out and get me here, because I'm more effective on the outside.
There has been a testy history between these 2 teams. As I mentioned, the Lakers have knocked off the Kings each of the past 3 postseasons, including last year's Western Conference final. Last year, Lakers in the regular season took 3 out of 4, and they have won 19 of the last 26 against Sacramento.
But they know Sacramento is right there. It's the arrogance of the champion versus a team who wants to break through, and I think Sacramento has handled themselves well this year. They have a very good team, the most balanced team in the NBA, but it remains to be seen whether they can make their statement in the playoffs, not just in the regular season.
Let's face it, each one of those statements just builds up a little more frustration inside the Kings.
Inside of 13 as we come up on 5 minutes remaining in the first. Shot clock is down to 4. Stojakovic. And back up the Lakers. It's the Laker team that at one point had a record of 11-19. Many questions being posed They've come a long way since that 11-19 start. They've gone 36-12. Shaq trying to go glass. Rebounded by Weber. Weber with a series of fakes. Spins his way for a beautiful move as he beat Mark Madsen off the dribble.
What he did is he pulled the ball back away from Kobe, who was coming in there to help a little bit on the dribble penetration. Pulled it back away. The next closest man was Shaquille to try and get there to help, but could never get there in time.
Sacramento up by 2. Fisher. Now Christie setting it up. Weber, yes. Chris Weber able to line drive it. He now has 5 points. And the Kings have been 8 for 14 from the field here in this first quarter. Lakers just 6 out of 15, and 3 were stuffs by O'Neal. Fisher from downtown, way off. Weber keeping it away from Madsen, and they both go down. Crowd felt that Weber pulled Madsen down.
You know, I would not be surprised to see Phil Jackson make a move pretty soon and get Madsen out of there. If they keep going to Weber, he keeps abusing Madsen. It'll be time for a change shortly. This is just a strong hustle play right there. And Weber does pull him down. The crowd had the right to react that way. Had his arm wrapped around his neck. Madsen did the smart thing, walked away.
Last touch by the Kings. Lakers able to inbound, and a foul is called as Shaq took that pass. Foul by Vlade Divac. Let's go to Craig Sager. Craig?
Well, Marv, you mentioned Shaq's unexcused absence from practice yesterday, wondering what effect they would have on the Kings. I went to practice today, and several of his teammates indicated not a big deal. That was Kobe's report. Meanwhile, Derek Fisher says we never question why when it comes to Shaq. And Mark Madsen says, as long as he's here tonight, that's all that matters.
And we're certainly seeing that here at the start. Shaq with his 4th stuff of the quarter, and he's headed to the line.
Well, like I said, I thought you'd see an inspired Shaquille O'Neal tonight. He was a little bit embarrassed about the incident himself. He didn't need that kind of controversy, particularly at this particular time of the season. Down the stretch, he's come out and playing with authority this evening.
What's difficult when they throw it into him from the corners, he posts so deep, and then if you hold your position and he misses, he's quicker to the ball than the guy who was guarding him, Divac. So someone else from the Kings has to come in there and gain rebound and rebound the basketball. You can't expect Divac to defend him and then rebound it as well.
Bibby getting the step. Oh, beautiful teardrop converted by Mike Bibby.
And remember, Shaquille O'Neal was very critical of Bibby being on the Olympic team. Bibby may be well motivated by that slight because Bibby is an outstanding offensive player.
And Shaq questioning why Allen Iverson wasn't selected as Shaquille O'Neal scores again, and look at the line, and Robert Horry hears it from this crowd as he checks in, replacing Mark Madsen. Adrian Stojakovic leading the way Tuesday night at Arco as the Kings beat the Sonics by 22. Pedro 8 for 12, 18 points. And Pedro is now 23 for 23 from the line in the season series against the Lakers. So the Kings now lead by 3. Jeff, you brought up the remarks made earlier this month by Shaquille O'Neal taking shots at Mike Bibby after he was selected to the U.S. national team. And I mentioned that he felt that Allen Iverson should be a shoo-in. Well, there were reports earlier today that Iverson has been named. Bryant could find the shot. In fact, the reports, according to the Associated Press, saying that Iverson and Jermaine O'Neal will be named to the United States team. Shot clock is down to 7. There's Bryant from deep. And Bibby for Stojakovic from downtown. O'Neal triple teamed and draws the foul.
Well, in transition, when he runs down that purple part of the paint, turns around and posts himself up big by the defensive line, it's almost impossible to stop him down there. And you see Sacramento surrounding him, try to get a hand in. If he puts it down on the floor, get a deflection. But he's so deep, he's just going to overpower you and get to the rim.
He's been effective in the middle of the paint, as you said, Mike, and also on the left block. He's been ineffective on the right block so far, so it's important that he gets his deep position.
This is the first option in their offense every play. If he gets down there, you throw him the ball, you let him go to work.
And as help defenders, Divac is holding his own. You've got to swarm him and have great courage, because you may take an errant elbow. You've got to dig in there and make it difficult for him to put the ball on the floor and get the shot off.
Well, Shaq 2 for 3 from the line tonight. He's got his free throw shooting up to almost 63% now. He's a career 63% is what I meant to say. He's a career 53% shooter. His high 59% in his rookie year as Chris Webber hits that jumper.
Shaq has come a long way at the line. Phil Jackson telling us that he's been very dedicated, that he's spending that is when he has managed to get to practice.
Hey, that's not right.
Taking his free throws. Here's Webber. Bobby Jackson is on the floor.
You're going to find out in the playoffs, these are the critical minutes in the ball game. Regular season, they kind of become oblivious. But right now, these are real critical minutes, from 12 to 8 minutes.
You saw Phil Jackson try to lay some groundwork for the playoffs, making the players understand, starting out a quarter from the 12-minute mark down to the 8-minute mark. The first 4 minutes so important, starting that next quarter off.
And you see the difference with Shaq sitting down at the start of this second quarter, how they have turned since he has entered the ball game. 9-0 run the last minute and 50. Shaq back to the line. Let's check in with Craig Sagan.
Well, Marv, after that big reverse dunk by Shaquille O'Neal, he was very demonstrative. He went over to the teammates after the huddle. Everybody was giving him high fives except Brian Shaw. He gave him a warning. He said, you already have one technical. You get another one for taunting, which is what you were doing. You're going to be out of the game. So a little warning from Brian.
Good call by Brian Shaw, because sometimes players forget about that earlier technical. Divac able to get inside.
Marv, if he gets thrown out for a taunting technical, I've got a bridge to sell everybody here. I mean, he's not getting thrown out tonight. Bennett Salvatore, one of the great officials we have, will not allow that.
Oh, my goodness. Ben goes on the list of all-time great officials.
Are you disagreeing with that? A rare miss by Shaq. O'Neal with 19 points. Lakers have taken a 39-37 lead, just under 5 remaining. Kirby. Back comes Fisher. He had a wide-open Bryant, but went the other way. Evan George coming off the 6 for 7 against Dallas. Extends to a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
And when he was driving the ball down to the basket as O'Neal fouls Bibby, Divac did not want to come and give help. He had to stay attached to O'Neal's body, so Devin George had no one in front of him at the rim.
Second foul on Shaq. Doug Christie. Pedro Stojakovic back on the floor. So the Kings have their starting lineup intact. Here's Webber feeling for the defender, Ori. Oh, beautiful sweeping shot by Chris Webber, who has 11.
He's such a talent down in the low post. Single coverage, he's got the great jump hook, the Sigma jump shot as Ori lines up another 3, and then if you double him, he's a great, great passer versus double team.
Lonnie Divac going all the way, and then try to slap the ball out of the hands of Robert Ori.
Well, he actually pushed Ori back in bounds after he scored. Ori was trying to get it in quick. Divac, in turning and coming down the floor, kind of pushed him over the line that time onto the floor.
That certainly could have been called a delay of game on the Kings. George for 3. Yes. Lakers 44 and the Kings 41.
George 2 for 2 from the three-point line in their last win against Dallas when he had 21 points off the bench.
Webber with the quick release. Lakers up by 1. Lakers with a 3-point lead. Here's Bryant for 3. And a loose ball foul on Devin George.
You saw the Lakers really get after Sacramento at the defensive end the last trip down the floor. That was a tough shot just to get off. Of course they had, but Pat Riley also mentioning well-deserved honor for James Worthy.
Lakers up by 1 as we approach 2.5 remaining in this first half. Fisher and Bryant in the backcourt. Matson is back. He is up front with George and O'Neal. Fisher, Bibby got a piece of it. Here's Bryant, and he is fouled, so Kobe goes to the line. Kobe Bryant just 2 of 8 from the field. The foul called on Scott Pollard.
So while he's not having the point productivity that we normally associate with Kobe, at the other end of the floor, Doug Christie, 0 points, 0 for 1 from the floor, doing a pretty good defensive job at the other end.
You know, that is a harsh comparison for Doug Christie. He hasn't got nearly the minutes of Kobe Bryant, 8 less minutes. He never has a play called for him. And now you're going to run down Doug Christie's offense.
He is a harsh guy.
It seems to me that you just went out of your way, to find fault with me.
Don't get paranoid on me.
Stojakovic by 1. There's a 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock as Kobe works it down, puts the move on Christie, gets the step and scores! Kobe Bryant with a terrific move off the dribble. Stojakovic's pass is broken up. Weber recovers. A terrific first half here at Staples Center in Los Angeles. Lakers and Kings.
Dana gets that arm, and then Doug Christie tries to hold him off so he can't steal it. Kobe lays it up. The score, even though Christie almost goaltended.
Chris Weber. So Weber now with 17 points. Kings 59, and the Lakers at 58. I'd like to extend a thanks to Krista Sager, daughter of Craig, for impersonating the role of an interviewer for local access TV. That's a 3 for Derek Fisher. I thought Krista did an excellent job drilling you, Czar.
Why did you say impersonating? I thought you did a legitimate job that time.
And the foul is called. That's 3 on Fox.
Marvin, to go back to Divac' foul on Fisher, that's now changed the whole complexion of how Sacramento has to guard. So instead of Divac being able to guard O'Neal, Weber now has to guard O'Neal. He's got 2 fouls. If he picks up another foul, now they're starting to get in that foul trouble with their best player. That's going to be very dangerous for down the stretch. So Divac's 2 unintelligent fouls really have hurt Sacramento.
Stojakovic, 7 of 7, 8 of 8 from the line. The game is tied at 61. Ryan with a beautiful fake on Christie to draw the foul. That's 2 on Christie, so Kobe's headed to the line.
Seems like Kobe tonight has Doug Christie about wherever he wants him. He gets to the floor, any spot he wants on the floor, gets Christie up in the air. Christie just not digging in tonight the way we've seen him dig in other nights, and it's affected him not only at the defensive end, but offensively, like you mentioned earlier, Jeff. Only 2 field goal attempts for Doug Christie. Kobe right now from the floor, 5 for 12. Let's take a look, Jeff, where the shots are coming from. You see him favoring that right side of the floor, and then the conversions all inside. Perimeter game struggling a little bit tonight from the outside.
But great scorers like Bryant find ways to score. Getting to the free throw line there, off the shot, take off the dribble. An excellent way to get yourself out of a perimeter shooting hole.
Fisher pumps it down. Bryant with a series of fakes forced it. Not a good shot, although he thought he was fouled.
Good defense that time by Christie. He stayed down, then went up a challenge when he had to.
Christie for 3. Lakers with the ball and a 2-point lead. Good job by Weber fronting O'Neal. Fisher, yes. 8 points for Derek Fisher. Lakers 65, the Kings 61. Sacramento, 5 straight wins, 11 of the last 12. They turn it over. Lakers have won 5 straight, 8 of their last 9. Last Laker loss March 30th in Seattle by 21. Tuesday night here, they beat the Mavericks. Bryant. Previous game Sunday night beat the Suns in overtime despite 40 points by Stephon Marbury. Kobe Bryant with clutch shots in that one at the end of regulation and in overtime.
Jeff, is everybody running hard enough up and down the floor for you tonight? I know last week you were very upset that the players weren't running hard enough.
You agreed with him, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he is right occasionally.
That was a whole different level of intensity of a game. This is the NBA basketball at its best. Last week, the game we had was a lazy type of NBA game that you try to avoid.
That was Washington, Atlanta. Christie able to keep it alive.
It came down to the final shot of the game with 3/10 of a second left. Can you call it a lazy game? That time for Weber for the jump hook.
Foul on Matson. 13 fouls on the Lakers. Kings with 2.
And what I think Sacramento should do with Weber is do a lot what O'Neal does. Inside, back out, and then repost, give him a second look as Stojakovic makes a nice cut off the post feed. Give it more than one look. In, out, and then back in.
Stojakovic has been off 3 of 9. And if you're Matson wide open, there's no one guarding Mark Matson.
He caught the ball, looked around, and said, hey, there's no one here. Let me take it to the basket.
Lakers extend to a 9-point lead. 9 unanswered points by LA. Devons. Good play by Matson on the box out, keeping Weber away. Here's the alley-oop for Bryant. Great points for the Lakers. Weber is fouled by Matson.
And I'm surprised they have not gone to the, as we see Fisher throw the alley-oop to Bryant. That's just a great pass, a great run of the wing. But as I was saying, I'm surprised Sacramento hasn't gone to the Bibby Divac pick and roll to make O'Neal guard that high pick and roll action.
Weber. Divac and Fox involved in that collision. The foul is called on the Lakers. Matson also there.
A little frustration now showing in Sacramento. The game's getting a little more physical right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see the officials tighten the whistles up, not allow too much to get going here between these two teams.
Doug Christie at the line. The foul on Matson. And that is now his 4th foul. Matson will sit down. Here's it from the crowd. They love the way he plays with such passion. Mark Matson in his 3rd season out of Stanford, who's back at the starting lineup tonight. He's replaced by Robert Horry. Lakers 72 and the Kings 63. 5.5 remaining in the 3rd.
Not many players can get a standing ovation for 2 points and 1 rebound in 18 minutes, but you're right. He's done a good job putting his body on Weber.
Bryant with time. Kobe not able to hit from downtown, and Bibby pushes it back down. Weber. Bryant releases to Horry. Blazers in a big game as the Lakers continue to vie for playoff position. Kobe Bryant with 22 points. Stojakovic beating the Lakers down court.
Phil Jackson right up off the bench, and he is hot. You cannot give up an easy layup that way when you score and the team throws 2 passes down the floor and winds up getting an uncontested layup. Should have stayed with Stojakovic, and they should have talked it out.
O'Neal able to keep it alive. Shaquille O'Neal kept it alive, but was fouled by Scott Pollard. Fouled before the shot attempt.
Jeff, there was great news today with your daughter Maddie having the all-star performance at her school, but there was some sad news for you as well. The Mets, who you thought were 4-4, are now 4-5. Benitez again gives up game-winning hit to Juan Pierre, a single. It's a second blown save this year for your guy. 4-5, the Mets.
Yeah,
Very sorry about that.
I know.
Here's Fisher from downtown. So the Lakers now lead 79-67. Lakers now 7 of 14 from three-point land, and Sacramento 0 for 7. Foul is called on Fisher. Lakers have had the hot hand here in the third quarter as they have hit the 10 of 18 from the field, while Sacramento has struggled, just 3 for 14.
And Lakers shooting has gone up now to 44% for the game, while Sacramento's shooting has come down to 46%. They were shooting 55 at halftime.
Mark, what do you make about him tearing down my team with no mention of his Cleveland Indians, how they're doing? They're just constantly trying to bring me down.
Excuse me, my team is the Yankees.
Oh, okay. Jump on the bandwagon. Oh, man.
Yes, my team is the Yankees. Don't forget that. And the Dodgers. Yankees, Dodgers.
Fascinating discussion you guys are having.
we understand and appreciate it.
Lakers now by 10 as we come up on 3 minutes remaining in the third. Here's Fisher for 3. Yes. Derek Fisher has caught fire. He's 4 for 4 from the field in this third quarter, and a foul is called as Fisher came in contact.
Jeff, you realize the number of jump passes that the Lakers throw. They draw the next defensive man. The jump pass that time from Kobe. And then Fisher, I mean, he's got his roll down. Get to an open spot, wait for Kobe to penetrate, and get ready to shoot a 3.
And you want to have your team give help. Sacramento's a very good help team, but right now they're over-helping. Bryant did not get Jackson off the dribble. He didn't need so much support. Bibby came over too far for a non-penetrating drive, which left Fisher wide open in the corner. He's got to be able to close that gap a little quicker.
22 points here in the third. Now Jim Jackson defending on Kobe Bryant. So Kobe goes to the fadeaway. 24 for Bryant following the slow start. Weber able to set up a deep down low and takes advantage.
Weber keeping his cool right now because he and Ori are kind of going at it in the low post area.
There's Ori getting the step. And he is fouled. Fox passed on the shot. Now shoots the 3. Way off. Ori is right there. Robert Ori. In that third quarter, Lakers 14 of 25, led by Kobe Bryant. Derek Fisher, Kobe 12 of his 24 in the third. Fisher 11 of his 14 in the third quarter. Let's check in with Craig Sager. Craig?
Robert Horry being treated by Gary Vitti with what is called a right hip contusion. He is questionable in layman terms. That means he went up for a dunk, got hit while he was in the air off balance, and has a bruised hip. But right now he's in pain and questionable.
All right, thanks, Craig. A lot of activity in the Laker end, and Bibby's called for the offensive foul as Pargo took the charge.
I totally disagree with that call. Outlet. Bibby just turned up the floor. A little bit of contact. Flop. Offensive foul.
And they'll set the pick. Bryant on the pick and roll for Shaquille O'Neal. Lakers 91. The Kings 79. Jackson off the screen from Weber. Here's Quant. And he is fouled. Keon Quant. Foul to the act.
You see
Foul
the
on
two-man
Maxson.
game. I'm sorry, Mark. You see the two-man game coming up here. Kobe being forced down as he goes down, draws two men. Shaq slips to the basket for the finish.
Number 5 on Maxson. This the second of our TNT doubleheader. Maxson takes the seat. 76ers beat the Celtics 99-78 earlier tonight. Allen Iverson with 25 to lead the way for Philadelphia. Sixers now just a game behind New Jersey and Detroit. Boston in the 6th slot. And only a game and a half now over the Magic.
And Detroit trying to hold on to the Central Division without Ben Wallace.
Will not count the foul before the shot attempt. It's on Bobby Jackson.
Kobe looked up and said, why not? The other official walked over and told Kobe because the ball was still in your hands when the whistle went off.
Kobe looking for the long continuation.
Yes.
Evan George, Slava Medvedenko, Shaquille O'Neal up front. Bryant and Pargo in the backcourt. Medvedenko! Slava Medvedenko, who has been in the starting rotation, that's kicked out of bounds. Last touch by Bobby Jackson. Here Jackson has been shuffling between Samaki Walker, who has not played at all here tonight. Robert Horry, Slava Medvedenko. In terms of starters at the power forward. Here's Kobe Bryant. Yes. And Kobe has come on strong in the second half. He now has 26 points in all. It has been a very impressive performance by the Lakers. Trying to make it 6 straight wins. Webber.
And Mark, while Shaq and Kobe have done their share at the bench for the Lakers, a 26-14 advantage over Sacramento.
The Kings will talk it over.
You'll see what brought the crowd to their feet. Kobe Bryant with the finish.
His left knee.
Marvin, was Christmas Day, December 25th, that the Lakers lost to the Sacramento team that brought them to 11-19 as Kobe hits the jumper. And it would have been very easy at that point. And in fact, some people were saying that maybe Phil Jackson needs to get the whip out a little bit more at that point to get his team, get on him a little bit harder, become a little more demanding. And he didn't do that. He refused to do it. He waited, paced himself, and as you said, Jeff, maybe they're just hitting stride at the right time, and he had to give them a chance to find their way back in. He had to give Shaq a chance to get back in shape.
At one point, Phillips said, I just can't reach these guys.
And I think it goes to the point of he was just waiting and waiting to try to reach them. He's not one to hit them hard, drive them hard in practice. He knows they've played long seasons the last 3 years, and so now their practice intensity is picked up. He's been on them harder to get it done defensively. And let's face it, if O'Neal looks in the playoffs like he looks now, they're the favorite. He is the one factor that nobody can deal with in this league. So if he's going to play like this, it's going to be 4 straight.
By the way, we saw Shaq in the first half. Sacramento did not see back Shaquille O'Neal in the Western Conference Finals last May.
Well, Jeff, to what you say, think about it now. With the new change in playoff structure, if you go 7 games in every round, you will play 28 more basketball games than the teams that went home after the 82-game schedule. You take 28 more games times 3 seasons, you've had a whole complete season more than other teams.
Make it 32 points for Kobe Bryant, who has been able to shoot his way back into it. 12 for 27 from the field. Stojakovic way off, and he has been way off the mark. 4 for 12 from the floor.
Sacramento is at their best offensively when it's passed and moved and worked to the weak side. We've seen a lot more one-on-one play tonight than is normal for the Sacramento Kings.
Shot clock to 5. Devin George for 3. 5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Lakers with a 16-point advantage. Weber, yes. 22 points for Weber. The Lakers now lead 101-87. Lakers looking to make it 14 straight wins here at home. Bryant. Weber pushing it down. Deion Clark. Pass from Jim Jackson was off. O'Neal. Back on the follow.
When he catches it that deep, even if he misses it, he's going to get the second shot because there's no way the man defending him can block him out away from the basket. He's just trying to hold his ground and take that first hit. Now he misses, goes back up, gets it, and sticks it back in.
23 points for Shaquille O'Neal. Bobby Jackson able to drill it. Shaq is now 10 of 19 from the field. It has been a slam dunkathon for Shaquille. 9 of the 10 have been stuck.
That's why conditioning was such a factor early in the year, because he couldn't go up and attempt to block or change shots at the defensive end. Offensive rebounds are tough. Just going from one end to the other was tough coming back from that toe surgery. So it took the big man a while to get himself back in shape. You got to remember, he's not 21 years old anymore.
Stojakovic with a nice fake. And the Kings now trail by 12 with 5 minutes to play. Bryant being played by Jim Jackson. Evan George pass broken up by Peja Stojakovic. And a reach-in foul.
Get lazy with your passes and you try to throw them into the post here. You get careless, somebody gets a deflection, foul. Suddenly, things start to change little by little.
Foul on Bryant is called in the most valuable player race. I'd also add some other names. Jason Kidd, Ben Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki.
How about Jermaine O'Neal? How about Shaquille O'Neal? How about Chris Webber? You left a lot of guys out. You put that piece together?
No, it was not me. It was the production staff.
So you're taking a shot at the staff for saying they left people out.
Well, how much time would you like to, the basketball game, eventually they play.
You got stuck for a second, didn't you?
There's a timeout, and then you play.
Let me end all discussion. O'Neal's the player everyone fears the most. Garnett and Duncan have had the best years. I think Minnesota's slipping a little bit right now. I got to go to Duncan.
Shaquille O'Neal off the lob pass. So the Lakers now lead 105-93 with 4.5 remaining in the fourth. Here's Deion Clark. And a loose ball foul. It is on Derek Fisher.
This comes out of a timeout. Communication, when you come down and get the eye contact, roll off, little lock and lobs, they call it, send it to the rim. Big man gets up high enough on a lane as he's posting just to be able to drop step, spin ability that Shaquille O'Neal has. Incredible.
And Marv, I don't know if you saw, but he's got that law enforcement uniform now that and I'm telling you what, that's one imposing police officer.
Yes, I have seen the photos. Jack. Foul is called on Weber. That's number 4. Shaquille O'Neal, 3 of 4 from the line. As I mentioned earlier, he's really picked it up at the foul line. He's at 63% on the season. Let's check out the results of this week's NBA.com fan poll. Who will win the Midwest Division was the question posed. And folks Staying with the San Antonio Spurs, who have a one-game lead on the Dallas Mavericks. Now to 4 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. Lakers lead by 11. They took the play away in the third quarter, led by Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher, Weber getting inside. Chris Weber getting the step.
He's been quiet but very effective tonight. Chris Weber, 24 points, 8 rebounds.
Mike Bibby started out on fire, but he has certainly been quiet in the second half. That will count as a goal, Ted.
They try to let Weber play Shaq and hope that Keon Clark can get there in time to be the shot blocker, but once it kisses off the glass, then you can't touch it.
Deflected. Out of bounds by Bryant. Jackson tried to throw it down low to Weber. It has not been a happy night for Rick Adelman in his 5th season as head coach of the Sacramento Kings. The co-owners of the Kings, the Maloof brothers,
Joe and Gavin Maloof.
Shot clock to 6. O'Neal with the drop set. 30 for Shaq. Alongside 32 for Kobe. Foul committed by Fisher. The Sacramento Kings have been on an outstanding run. 5 straight wins. They've taken 11 of the last 12. But tonight on the short end with 2:49 remaining in the fourth frame.
Well, Kobe Bryant has been in a number of one-on-one situations, and you see Kobe doing a little dance on Jim Jackson. It may have something to do with that game back on Christmas Day when Jackson defended Kobe Bryant, held him down, had a little bit something to say at the end, and Kobe did not forget.
Look at the Western Conference playoff race. San Antonio on top. And they will end this evening 2 games in front of Sacramento unless there is a dramatic turn here with 2:49 remaining. And the Lakers will move into a 5th place tie with Minnesota just a half game behind 4th place Portland. Lakers will finish up at Portland on Sunday and then back home for Denver next Tuesday and at Golden State on Wednesday night.
And just for the fans out there, the reason why Sacramento is ahead of Dallas in the standings there is because they're going to win the Pacific and automatically finish second in the first round. But in the second round, if they're to face Dallas, then Dallas, if they have the better record, would get home court advantage in that second round.
Following tonight, the Kings 2 games remaining in the regular season. Tomorrow night back home for Denver, then Wednesday at home against Utah. Weber protecting the rebound.
Minnesota's at home tomorrow night. Los Angeles Clippers at Minnesota. Portland on the road at Memphis tomorrow.
Nice save by Devin George. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the fourth. And the Lakers protecting an 11-point lead.
And I believe O'Neal and Bryant have played the entire second half. So it shows that O'Neal in particular, that he's able to go the whole distance in the second half, is in much better shape.
Well, what Phil Jackson had said to us prior to the game, that is, those of us that wanted to talk to Phil, he mentioned that there was a stretch that Shaq was getting in better shape, but he wasn't sure he could finish the games out. He sat with Kobe and explained to Kobe, you may have to take over finishing games for a while until Shaquille finishes. The comeback, Fisher with the three-pointer, just as the shot clock buzzer goes off.
Derek Fisher has had a terrific shooting night. Foul is called. Fisher now 5 for 5 from the field in the second half, 4 for 4 from downtown.
Bibby hoping that if he made Fisher step inside of him, you see those zeros up there in the 24-second clock, he was hoping that maybe there would be a shot clock violation, but Fisher got it off just in time.
Very impressive stat line for Derek Fisher. Robert Horry's foul sending Bobby Jackson to the line. Los Angeles Lakers vying for better position come playoff time. They will be attempting to become only the second team to win 4 consecutive NBA championships. The Boston Celtics amazingly won 8 in a row from 1959 through 1966.
That's almost hard to imagine.
There's Bryant. George with the rebound. And stripped by Weber. There's Jackson for 3. Bobby Jackson from downtown, but the Lakers get down court in a hurry. Sacramento did get back.
Sacramento finally hitting a three-point shot. 1 for 12 from the three-point line tonight.
This crowd responding to the play of the Los Angeles Lakers on their way to making it 14 straight here at home. O'Neal, yes. Lakers 115. The Kings 104. And we're down to a minute to play. Here's Bobby Jackson. Clark had it knocked away. Jackson is back on it. Stolen by Bryant. And he'll take it the distance. Fifth steal of the game for Kobe Bryant. Foul is called. Tony Brothers, the outside official, with the call of Chris Webber being helped up. It is on Webber. You see Kobe finish off following the steal. That's 5 on Webber. And a timeout called by
More physical than that last play.
Minute remaining in this fourth quarter. And the Lakers using the clock. Horry trying to return it to O'Neal and deflected out by Pollard. Lakers have 3 on the 24.
Well, Robert Horry is just dragging that leg around the floor right now.
He's setting Phil up for no practice tomorrow.
Yes.
And now Kobe, as he is replaced by Kareem Rush. 34 points for Kobe. 22 of the 34 in the second half, along with 5 steals, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. And Shaquille O'Neal now will head to the bench. 32 points, 16 rebounds, 6 of 7 from the floor in the fourth quarter.
And that answers the question why Phil Jackson sent him back out on the floor, because he wanted him to get the recognition for playing an outstanding game, hoping there was a dead ball or foul that took place so he could have him walk back off the floor again. That's the answer, Jeff.
Here's Bobby Jackson for 3. So the Lakers will go to 48-31. 6 straight wins, 9 of their last 10 with 3 games to go. In the regular season, this team is peaking at the right time. As they make their move on Minnesota and Portland with a victory tonight, they get a split of the season series with Sacramento. Lakers only a half game behind the Portland Trailblazers, now tied with Minnesota. And the Sacramento Kings now 57-23. They have already clinched the top spot of the Pacific. The win streak is stopped at 5. Let's go to Craig with Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, Shaq, a very busy day for you. You apologized to your teammates earlier today for missing practice. Then you got fined by your coach. What was your mental attitude coming into this game? What did you try to do?
First of all, I didn't apologize because I don't have to apologize. Had a few flat tires. Couldn't make it. We live and we move on. I'm the general of this army. I run my army my way. If the Senate don't like it, then court-martial me.